Hey everybody, my name is Devin Hersey, and I'm joined by my good friend Vanita Ray. We're continuing the series I've started discussing the relationship between public health institutions and communities that are impacted by public health, which is basically everybody. But we want to emphasize the trust that exists or doesn't exist within that relationship. Um, Vanita and I work quite a bit on several different projects regarding HIV and how Black people are impacted by some of the policy decisions that are made regarding HIV. So, Vanita, if you want to take a second to introduce yourself.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Devin. Benita Ray, I am a woman who's been living with HIV over 20 years now. I live in Houston, Texas. I do a lot of advocacy work and have been involved with a lot of different organizations, the Caucus and Positive Women's Network as a co-executive director, and just doing a variety of things from here in Houston. I happen to be a lawyer by training. Got a Juris Doctorate in 1997 and practiced for a while up until my diagnosis. And my process of kind of coming to acceptance of my diagnosis took me out of my practice and brought me to Texas.
So, let's give our audience a little bit of an explanation about what MIPA is. Obviously, this is a tool that we use in community organizing, but also in community engagement. It kind of sets the standard.
Yeah. So I see meaning MIPA having two dimensions. It's about providing a process, and I love a formal process versus a haphazard one, of for institutions to solicit and work with and take input from people living with HIV before any policy programming or funding decisions are made. It means it's about including us in all decisions. It is, and for organizations, it is about creating a formalized process that gets to happen on a regular basis, not just after the fact and happens. It means that we are consulted before the campaign is done when you want us to participate, so we can help with the messaging. It is not creating a whole program and then asking us to come see if we like it or to come use it. It means that all programming, policy, and funding decisions are better if you engage people living with HIV or the most impacted early and often. So, for organizations who are dealing with our communities, providing services of any type to us, it means you all should be doing extra work to make sure that you engage with us on a regular basis and include us in all decision making. It means your board of directors, how do you regularly incorporate input from people living with HIV? So for people living with HIV, it is telling them that your input and your feedback is important to the development of these programs, that we can't do this without you all. We need to be hiring you all, that people living with HIV are the best ones to know what's needed, how programs should be designed, and how services should be done in a way that reach us. So you've got the organization side that it should be practicing and building in processes for it. And then you've got the community side that we should expect or demand to be involved in any decisions that involve us. And so
Obviously, we represent a lot of vulnerable communities, but you are known for telling people don't show up just for the chicken.
and that's so interesting because I got that from Wahida, who got it from JD. And because this is how we get tokenized, folks have to do it. So they do put as least effort as possible. So just show up, get a meal, and then send us on our way. And I say, don't eat the chicken, because we don't want to be tokenized. We want to be engaged meaningfully. That's what that M is, meaningful involvement, not just chicken. Okay. So we want to do more than be fed. We want to do the substantive work. A lot of times I call some of these programs sandboxes. We get to play in the sandbox while the grown-ups do the real work. We want to be at the grown-up table, not the sandbox. And this idea that we don't understand, or we couldn't make these decisions, inviting us to a meeting where decisions have to be made and we don't understand and we haven't received the information in time to really understand it, is not practicing MIPA. So There's a lot of ways not to do MIPA, but I think I've stated what I see as the definition of